I run MailleWerX.com. We have sound. I'm good. It did freeze. Huh. I probably need to restart the computer. Alright. What was I doing? There we go. Don't know why we're freezing tonight, but usually when that happens, I gotta reset the Wi-Fi router and then the Wi-Fi extender. And then also restart my computer to get it to work again, which I'm hoping we don't have to do. It says everything's good now, so hopefully it'll stay that way the rest of the night. That happened. Yeah, I need to reset the computer because I've been putting it to sleep for the last week because I have a bunch of t-shirt designs up that I need to finish. I don't know why I closed that ring. One new like. Renee White has liked the stream. Thank you, Renee. All right. So right now we're just starting up another triangle. We've got to make 6 of them to start over, to start this coif over. And then once we have all the new rings used up, we'll add the old rings into essentially where the mantle is going to be. Part that goes over your shoulders. And I knew that I wasn't going to, I knew that the ring sizes were going to be wrong. So I shouldn't have ordered these new rings, but I did. So lesson learned, I guess. Makes me hesitant to order any more rings for this Finnegan's Wake inlay, that's for sure. So I would like to see that finished. I should have finished it years ago and I wouldn't be running into this problem, but that's all right. Not a lot going on in my day today. Fairly uneventful, which is good. It is good. I might have to put my feet up. My biggest thing right now is just excruciating knee pain. It did go away for a little bit earlier today, and I was thinking I was getting through it, but yeah, that is not the case right now. So I don't know what I'm doing to keep irritating it besides existing, which may not be something I'm able to get away from. Did we freeze again? Like, I'm still, oh. Still going on my computer, so, or on my phone, until someone tells me that I'm frozen. Not gonna worry about it. we're just gonna hook up some rings, and we're gonna change this music. I don't know why. I need to start giving thumbs down to certain tracks because, like, sleepy tracks just pop up. I don't know if it's correlated with like the time I stream. The music comes on and just puts me to sleep. Anyway. This is still kind of sleepy music too. Wonder what my music settings are. Let's dump that. That ring's no good. All right. Let me finish this row, and then I want to compare this to the other triangle I've already started. I should be good, right? Yeah, that's okay. That's the right way to do it. And we're just going to see how many of these we can do in an hour. I was hanging out with another Twitch streamer for a little bit earlier. They were working on plans to make a little black dress. It's a cool project. It's a big project. Not undoable. Just a large project. Large projects are, what's the word? They're tenacious. They require a lot of gumption. Chainmail by itself, just to get started doing it, right? You gotta have a little tenacity. And I suppose that that's true with any handmade project, right? You gotta have the desire to see it through to the end. Because without that, you're gonna end up like me with a bunch of half-finished projects laying around that just take up space. So I figure a little dress like that's probably 10 to 20,000 rings, easy, depending on the ring size. Ooh, Devin Atterbury has liked my stream. I went to high school with that guy. Thank you for the like, Devin. I do appreciate it. Went to high school. Him and his brother. Nice guys. God, that was forever ago too. High school. I've now been out of school longer than I was ever in. I need, where's my flyer? Shoot. All right. Guess we just won't be using that ring. Oh, you know what? I don't know where they're at. Oh. Here they go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I was freaking out there for a second. These are regular pliers. that, of course I screwed it up. There we go. My grandpa gave me those when I first started making chainmail. They're a very good pair of pliers for anything, not just like larger chainmail rings that I use them for. They're just an all-around good pair of pliers. So there's been no word on what my company's going to require. I'm expecting that to come down. I was expecting it to come down on Tuesday, but nothing yet. So I don't know what my future holds. I haven't spent much time worrying about it until I have like a time and date and know what's going to happen. You know, no sense in worrying about things that you can't control. So I'm just deciding not to worry about it right now. It's like my future might seriously change, and I'm just kind of, I don't know, trying to get through it as best as possible without psyching myself out. Like worry is a, it's like worry is a tax paid, unnecessary tax paid on your future self or something. Or something that might happen. I don't know. There's some kind of quote like that, and I don't remember what it is. I'm usually pretty go with the flow, whatever. I don't plan stuff out, which I don't know. It leads to me not doing a lot of stuff, but honestly, I don't want to do much. I want to make some chainmail, and I want to, I don't know. Read some books. Speaking of books, I do need to get back into the 5th book of the Wheel of Time series, because I was reading through those as the new series came out, and then I got irked by the TV show, and I stopped watching it, and I also stopped reading the books, but then I finished that first season because I had watched The Witcher, and I thought, okay, I enjoyed The Witcher. But then I saw someone complain, a complaint similar to mine about the Wheel of Time, that it wasn't like the books and it wasn't like the video games, and so they weren't happy with it. And I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like me. Maybe if I can suspend disbelief and just go and watch the Wheel of Time TV show with no preconditions attached, maybe I'll enjoy it. It's okay. Episodes 7 and 8 that I hadn't, where I had stopped, I watched them, they were okay, right? They get the gist across of the story, and I guess that's going to be the best that I hope for, or can hope for. So now I'm gonna continue to read the books, and I'm going to eagerly await the next season. between The Wheel of Time, The Witcher, and The Book of Boba Fett, I'm like all caught up on stuff I'm remotely interested in watching. I did sit down and watch We Were Soldiers the other day, just because with my knees the way they are right now, I was just kind of stuck on the couch, and my kid was off playing video games. Speaking of my knees, I gotta put my feet up because they're killing me. I was like, all right, let's watch a movie with some explosions and dead bodies in it. All right. So I watched We Were Soldiers, and that's a good flick. I was never the gung-ho military type. You know, the type of guy that retires and watches World War II movies for the rest of his life. But I do enjoy a good war movie every now and then. I guess, I think there's another one that was highly recommended to me, which was Hacksaw Ridge, which I have not seen. Hey Rick, how you doing? Just talking about war movies. So my dad recommended Hacksaw Ridge to me. He's good for a war movie recommendation. I trust his judgment. So when I get a chance, I'll sit down and watch that. I don't know. I don't want to be laid up for much longer. This is getting irritating at this point. Like, I can go to work. It hurts. But like trying to get downstairs tonight to stream almost killed me. So some more knee exercises and hip exercises, and gonna focus on that for the next little bit, because that is my number one issue right now. So, but I should have a pretty good day tomorrow. Just gotta get up, take my kid to school, and then I can do a couple therapy exercises and hopefully rest up pretty well. Oh, and speaking of my dad, I did send him a text message today. I didn't hear from him, but I mean, I'm assuming he's exceedingly exhausted right now, so I'm not too concerned about it. If anything would happen, or if he had gotten worse or something, I would have gotten a phone call, I'm fairly certain. So I did talk to him the other day, did confirm that he was alive, so that was good. I didn't know how long he had been sick until I was notified on Monday. And then my family members love him to death, but they're, you know, asking me for advice, and I did the best I could. I'm 1,800 miles away, and I can't talk to or look at the patient because they're too tired. So, like, I don't know what's going on, but I tried to help him out as best I could. So I'm hoping he's feeling better. I'll give him a call. Oh, actually, no. Tomorrow's probably a good day to call for an update, see how he's doing. So hopefully he will make a full recovery here fairly soon. Probably going to take him another 2 weeks to start feeling really good about himself. And then, I don't know, like, a lot of stuff just not working out lately. So I'm hoping that he turns around and feels better, and then that'll lead to other things turning around and getting better. Not that they're correlated in any way or have anything to do with each other, but, you know. It's always interesting when life could go either way. It could be really, really, really good, right? Like I get a large amount of VA disability from the VA for all my claims. A couple of my investments could start turning around sooner. I don't expect that to happen for another couple months, honestly, but you know, the sooner it happens, the better. My current place of employment could decide, well, actually they won't. What could happen is that the shot mandates could go away like they are in other countries already. You know, it'd be nice to be able to keep my job and get some disability pay and keep my house, and you know, because all of that could not happen and I could be really screwed here coming up in the future. So like, not to the point where I'm gonna be like homeless or something. I will just be in a bind for a while. That's okay. I'm used to that. I've been in a bind for a couple of years now. It would just make it harder to deal with that bind if I have to go find another job, right? So, which I am expecting that to happen. I haven't worried too much about it, like I said earlier, but and that's, you know, can't worry about it because I don't know what's going to happen, and the chance of success are good, but so is the chance of it not working out, right? So I hope that all made sense. I feel like I'm not being clear enough about what's going on, you know? I will get it all figured out. Just, you know, it's hard to dodge the black pills. Hey Barb, how you doing? When life is uncertain. So I can't do anything but deal with things as they arise. If they arise. Like I said, I don't know if I said this tonight or the night before. I was expecting information from my company regarding what they were going to do. What did I just do? That's not how that goes. Somebody fire this guy. They don't know what they're doing. Come here. Alright, here we go. So since I haven't heard from the office yet, I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Hey Kevin, how you doing? I'm sure that they will have their recommendations soon. You're doing great? Good, that's good to hear. So, yeah. I say I'm not worried about it, but I've been rambling about it for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. And maybe I am worried about it more than I am willing to admit to myself, you know? I'm gonna try, if the worst happens, right? I'm gonna try and find a job that lets me work remotely. I don't have to, where I have time to take my kid to school and pick him up like I do right now. And then I can just work, you know, throughout the day while he's in school. That is my goal, is to at least keep my schedule similar to what I have now. Alright, 9 inches done on that full Persian 16 gauge 3/8. Nice. See here. I've got some full Persian here. I don't think I'm I know it's over 4 feet. I don't think I'm up to 5 feet yet. I don't know. Let's see here. I finally kind of figured. Okay, actually, I might draw this out for you all. Okay, and we're right at 57 inches. Right. So just shy of 5 feet, right? So I kind of had an idea. Do I have anything to draw on? All right, hang on. Let me get this back together. You need to make more full Persian 61 for your wall of chains. Idle looking sad compared to your... Oh, it's looking sad compared to your candy cane and your Byzantine piles. Yeah. So this is... I'm going to go with my large craft ring into a wall art piece. And I was thinking I wanted to weave it in and out of itself, kind of like you would a rope, right? But then I don't know, I was sitting there falling asleep, right? Okay. And I was thinking, oh God, that I want to cut off my legs at the knees. No, that wasn't what I was thinking. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Okay, so large craft ring, small craft ring, and do right. Okay. So have all these in place to hold that center smaller craft ring, right? And then take a long section of chain and go over and under and 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 over, and do that like all the way around, multiple, a bunch. What is my plan to put tension to prevent it from clustering together? So this will be this. I'm gonna wrap the large craft ring and the small craft ring in like round mail, okay? And then the full Persian, you can make it kind of looks like that, right? So you do that on each end, and you get enough of them in there, it's not going to roll along the full Persian, and as long as it's tight enough, it'll all hold itself in place. So I was like half asleep when I thought of that too. I was like, that's worth thinking about, right? So I gotta start looking at like how big is the actual craft ring, what I should do is wrap the craft ring and then try and make one full Persian loop, measure it out and go from there. So I don't know, it's an idea. A lot of it's going to depend on how much full Persian I have, how many feet I have, and I'm guessing I'll have somewhere around 20 to 30 feet by the time I'm done at a minimum, just because how many rings I have and how many feet I already have. I haven't touched the number of rings in this Hillshire Farms container. Not really. I've got a lot of feet to add, and it might not end up that way, right? I do like the rope knot work idea, and I kind of know how I'm gonna do that, but that's gonna take up, I think, a lot more full Persian. So, because how many splines were on that, right? Just with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. There were, I drew 16 splines. I'd like, I don't know, a few more. We'll just have to see how many I can realistically get in there. So we'll see. Work in progress. That was just something I was half asleep and I was like, oh, I saw myself doing it in my head. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. I'm glad I remembered to draw it out. Come here. Don't be shy. Come here. So, and I think what I just drew would easily use up all the rings I have. So I don't have leftovers, essentially. "10 feet of chain for 16 8-inch sections." Yeah. Well, and that's another. Hang on, now we gotta figure this out. Oh, okay. Ow, jeez Louise. Holy cow. Alright. Oh. Well, that doesn't even look like, I may have to use a different, smaller craft circle here. Oh. Or craft, yeah. All right. So at first I thought I would use this craft ring, but after looking at it, this is only like 4 inches. What is this diameter? It's 13 and a half. So it's really only like 3.5 inches for this large craft ring. That's not. I don't think that's gonna be. I can't tell if that's centered, but yeah. So 8-inch sections would probably a little bit more if I'm gonna loop them. Here, hang on. Let's. I'm gonna do this, right? That's probably another 2 or 3 inches. Make it, I don't know. I don't want it to tear itself apart, right? And loop it over on both sides. I don't want to go all the way around. I could. Alright. Does that make sense? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing in your minds? Okay. Yeah, probably end up using that if I go with that design, right? That larger craft ring is smaller than I thought it was. So I may not need as much full Persian chain to fill it up as I thought. Which is kind of cool. Either way, even if I don't make that particular piece, that idea, right? It's still a good idea to try out one day. And doing the loops around each bar, each craft ring, that would be more suitably done in Byzantine, I think. We'll see. We can always make another one, right? What am I doing? I don't have the right size for Byzantine in anodized aluminum. So maybe we'll just, you know, to use anodized aluminum because it's light and colorful, right? Stainless steel is great. I love stainless. I love using stainless for every application that I can. But, you know, I'm just gonna make a piece of wall art, and it's never gonna, you know, it's just gonna be decorative. We'll see. And then I don't know what's in here. I don't know. There's plenty of stuff to work on for a while. Enough to keep us busy all year. And hopefully everything coming up will go right, and I will be able to continue to stream, and I will be able to keep MailleWerX.com up for now. And like that's my biggest concern about everything going on, right? Outside of family and all that, no one ever thought a lampshade would become a costume either. Yeah, right, is continuing to do this and make progress down here, and keeping MailleWerX open. You know, it wouldn't be an issue if MailleWerX paid for itself, but due to the pandemic, we did not have a stellar year. Or, I don't know, maybe it's not due to the pandemic and I'm just in the wrong niche, I guess. And I should do something else, or I'm a bad designer. I don't know. Honestly. I think my stuff's cool. I think most other people do too. I think everybody's just hit hard these last couple years. Not to mention that, you know, the prices for everything has increased, so less money to spend on fun stuff. I really need the government to pass a law that says you're only allowed to wear clothes from MailleWerX.com. That's what I need. You know, if you can't succeed on your own, get the government to force people to support you. Isn't that what big business does? Wife is still using the purse you ordered. You love your hoodoo hat. That's good to hear. I'm glad you guys like your stuff. I do. See, and I think, you know, I'm pretty sure it's not necessarily a design issue. I would admit to get that done. We'll see. Gotta get to a point where there's a bit of normalcy in people's lives, and hopefully we can make it through.
Jack it up.
Alright. What? How many rows? How many more rows do I need to do? Can't wait to finish this shirt and walk about shopping or the like with it. Nice. Alright, where are we at here? Two. How do we end up with odd number of rows? That's his viad. Okay. Alright, 2.5 more rows. 5 more rows, basically. I can't wait for you to go shopping in your shirt either. That seems like fun. I don't know why these rings are all clustered together, but it's really annoying. Alright, we can squish this ring down with our squisher squasher downer. I have 3 chainmail shirts, and I've only ever worn my Harley vest to a Renaissance festival or out anywhere, really. Seems kind of, I don't know. I should go out in public with one of them on. Do I wear bracelet and rings you have made to promote or advertise? Yeah, usually. I don't, okay, so I don't go anywhere. I go to work and I come home. You know, gas station, grocery store. So I don't go into public places. Over the summer, I'll take my kid to the park, but you know, and we'll go do some stuff especially this summer, right? We will go to the Renaissance Festival, but No, I don't typically wear stuff to promote what I make. Use same style pliers to reach your rings as well from time to time. Yeah, they're great. I got those from my grandpa. Hands down, one of the best pairs of pliers I own. So I was wearing my bracelet when I went to the vape shop the other day, and the lady there said she wanted a bracelet, and so I said, okay, I will make you a bracelet. So sometime in the next week before I go see her again, I've got to put together a bracelet for her, and then next time I need juice, I'm gonna go and see her and sell her a bracelet. At one point in time, I suppose that I did wear a lot of stuff to promote and like get sales and whatnot. But I used to be more social than I am now, and I'm just not anymore. Wear multiples so you can sell some off your wrist if folk ask. Easier for the momentary splurge. That's a good idea. I should just start stacking up bracelets and walking around with them. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I do work with someone to sell stuff, so if they need product made, off stream, I do make stuff, you know, for sale. 4.5 22 gauge round mail or Byzantine don't weigh that much. Yeah, my bracelets do weigh a lot, so I'd have to branch out more. I need I'll have to use the money I get. Okay, in the event that I no longer am employed, I will use my PTO as investment capital and buy a bunch of different ring sizes so that I can make stuff for sale. You generally wear 2 or 3 bracelets. All I have a ring on each hand. Nice. Yeah. You used to swing a 3-pound hammer for hours. Few 12 gauge don't bother you. Yeah. I can't even think about physical activity right now. It makes my whole body hurt. After this, you know, I'm gonna go take some Motrin and then go to bed. And hopefully my knees will start feeling better over the next couple of days. That ring isn't closed. A lot of stuff that I'd like to be doing. especially once it starts warming up. I really need this knee pain to go away. I realize it's January and it's going to be a couple months before it warms up, but my March is right around the corner. That was one of the things. Doing case management for patients, right? It's interesting because you really have to keep track of like what their goals are, when is that goal expected to be met by, right? And so you forecast out all these things, and you're like, every time you turn around, you know, you're forecasting out later and later in the year until the year's gone. Which, you know, that's how time works, but I just don't typically pay attention to it in any other aspect. And then I was working at this job, and it was right there in my face the whole time, and like, it really made time fly like crazy. So all right. Wow. Had a grip on that ring. Use 100% arnica cream for pain on your knees. The right one is bone on bone. And you're trying to make it last? Yeah. I should do that. I wonder if I have any, like, icy hot or something. I don't know why I haven't been. A little bit of that and some knee exercises over the next couple of days. I'm just surprised at how badly I managed to hurt myself. This goes to show that I'm not 20 anymore, and I can't do the things that I did when I was 20. And so I shouldn't, I should take it a little bit easier on myself. You have a great night. Got to drop in. All right, Rick, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Your sister makes frequent trips to Mexico. It's where you get your arnica. Interesting. I had a nurse friend who made frequent trips to Mexico. And I'd send her with like $200 and she'd buy me as many Advair as she could because my insurance company wouldn't cover it. So it was like $300 a month for my Advair, $360, right? And finally I left that particular company and got this new one that I'm with now, and they actually covered my Advair. I don't, like, it's all covered by my insurance company. So that's one thing that's gonna suck, is if I become unemployed and I don't have insurance anymore. But I think that should be covered by the VA. I think is where I'm gonna end up going to have health care. So adjust this ring a little bit. Oh, that's good. Good enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens with all my VA claims. I had no idea that I had anything that I could claim, and so, you know, if I don't end up getting anything, then it was worth a shot. I'm gonna go back through and look to see if I have any previous knee injuries. That'll be interesting. I didn't see any when I combed through my medical records. We'll see. I do remember having knee pain while I was in the military, but I don't remember if I was ever seen for it. You know? Almost done, I think. Oh. Cool. Yeah, the Coif triangles are all E4 in 1. The whole Coif's going to be European 4 in 1. Just a simple Coif to... I don't have one. I got 3 shirts and no Coifs, and add it to the ambiance of my bar that I don't drink at and never sit at, but you know, someday we'll have someone over maybe. I appreciate that the Ring Lord tried to get everything truer to size. I really do. I really wish that they'd work on the quality of their rings. And I know they are, but seems a slow progress. A lot of these rings they're not round, that's for sure. They were dirty as hell when I got them. Who owns TRL now? I don't know. John Daniels, the guy that started it, doesn't own it anymore. And I don't know who they sold it to. But you know, they sold it to someone as, okay, this is what I've read from other people's experience, is that they sold it to someone who wanted to run a business and you know, it wasn't necessarily about the art. You know, I don't know if that's true, but it does, I don't know, it kind of seemed that way. Alright, so this triangle is one row longer, right? And instead of like adjusting that right now, I'm just going to stop the triangular expansion by removing these two end rings. Okay, and that way this is now going to come straight out from this triangle. Unless I add those two rings back on and begin expanding the triangle again. Alright, and so technically these are the same size. And what I should do I have time? Yeah. We're just going to add a row here. The rings you're working with have lots of spring. After you close the ring, it moves itself off center. What material are you working with? Stainless steel 16 gauge. Okay, so when I open, or when I go to close a 16 gauge ring, right, like I over correct, and then when I bring it back and line it up, it doesn't do that, right? So I open it up. I don't know how well you can see that. Rings like that. Okay, just open. I bring it past the point of connection and then close it up. That might help. I don't just try to move it into a closed position. You also might have a particularly springy stainless alloy. Yeah, that's how you try to do it? Okay. Might just be a springy stainless. Test them with a magnet to make sure they did not send you spring steel and did not know. It's been common to find mixed with stainless. There you go. That's one way. Come here. couple more rings here, and then that'll be 2 triangles down. Of starting this whole coif all over. Loads of fun. Okay. Alright. And then, you know, we'll get these all patched up together once we have them all done. Get this full Persian into a manageable position here. Alright. Thanks, Sean. They're in fact magnetic. Yeah, you probably got some spring stainless. I have worked with spring stainless before, and it's nice stuff, you know. It's a pain in the ass to work with. Alrighty, guys. We're at a little over an hour. I do appreciate you hanging out. It's been loads of fun. Appreciate all your likes, comments, and shares. Alright. I'm gonna get going. I will be back tomorrow, right sometime around 9 o'clock. In the meantime, don't forget to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs, and tell all your friends about the wonderful benefits of having chainmail themed apparel and accessories in their life. All right, we're gonna cover the world in chainmail. All right.